So how many times have you woken up and said, man, I would love a good spatchcock chicken? Yeah, if you're like me, probably not many, right? But today on Cooking with the Wolfpack, we're going to go through the steps on how to spatchcock a chicken. It's just fun to say, right? Spatchcock a chicken. And most people are scared of it. They don't even know how to do it. It's actually really quite easy as long as you have the right tool, which are these kitchen shears. But we'll get into that here in just a minute. Spatchcocking a chicken is not as difficult as you think. So sit back, relax, and get ready to spatchcock a chicken on today's Cooking with the Wolfpack. All right, so we're back on Cooking with the Wolfpack. I'm John, getting ready to walk you through how to spatchcock a chicken. I got the Recteq smoker on outside at 325, 350. I got it set exactly on 325, but you could go to 350 if you wanted to. Now, this can also be done on your grill. What you would need to do is set it up for indirect heat, about 325. You're going to cook it on the indirect heat for a while till it reaches about 130 degrees. Then you're going to put it on the direct heat and bring that sucker up to 165. Today we're going to do it on the Recteq smoker, get that nice smoky flavor. We're going to do it at 325 until that internal temperature reaches that 165 magic mark. So, spatchcocking a chicken, I know it sounds difficult, but it's not. The first question you may have is, why do they call it spatchcocking? Well, we'll leave that blame up to those crazy Irishmen back in the 18th century. Spatchcocking actually comes from the term that they used to use, dispatching of the cock. So it basically means cooking a chicken in Ireland. But spatchcocking actually is cutting the spine out of the chicken and splitting it open. It's different from butterflying. Butterflying, you take the meat and almost go all the way through it in butterfly. This is actually taking out the spine with our scissors, breaking it open, splitting it open. That way you can season all of the chicken, and that flavor is, oh, magnifico. So, the first thing, you need to wash and dry. Patted my chicken dry, washed it off, rinsed it off. I took all the little nasty stuff out that usually comes with your chicken. I like buying the whole chicken because guess what? This sucker was $5. So you can't go to the store and usually buy 2 breasts, 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings for $5. They charge you to cut it up. So we're going to do it ourselves, right? The first thing you need to do is identify where the breast is. As most teenage boys have been trying to do all their life, right? But anyway, I digress. So the breast is, easiest way to be able to tell you, the little wings right here. How you doing? I'm the wings. They kind of have that pointy thing that points up. Well, to me, the easiest way to say it, that points to the breast. You don't want to cut the side of the breast. You want to flip it over, and you want to cut, that's the back of the chicken. So this is the back of the chicken. The pointy parts of the wings is pointing down now. That's the spine of the chicken. You can kind of see the neck right here is kind of coming out, so the spine just runs right down. So all you're going to do, step one, take your scissors, these are kitchen shears, and you're going to just cut on either side of that spine. Now, it may not be that easy, right? You got to have a good pair of shears, but it's going, and we're just going to cut down one side and then down the other. Yeah, you're going to hear some cracking and breaking and blah, blah, blah. I get it. It's gross, John, it's gross. Trust me, it's that simple, right? I just went right through it. Then I'm just going to go down the other side and do the same exact thing. Make sure you don't cut your fingers off if you're holding it like I am. We're going to turn this little sucker around so I can get a little bit better grip on it. See, it's that simple. Yeah, crunchy, crunchy. Okay, oh, that's gross, John, that's gross. But it's going to taste so good. Cannot wait. So, that is the spine of the chicken. So it is out. So, your chicken's kind of open now. I like to take it out. This guy still got a little bit of nasty stuff in there. I'm not, again, you've seen in my other videos, I'm not a big nasty stuff guy. Even though my Czechoslovakian heritage, they take advantage of the full chicken. Yeah, that's where it ends with me. I'm not a big nasty stuff guy. So I take all the little nasty stuff out because I like it to look pretty. You don't have to, but I like it to look pretty. So now what you want to do is turn your bird back over, breast side up, and you're going to kind of split it apart like this, and you're going to press down right in the middle. You can hear it crunch a little bit. So my bird is now perfectly flat. Perfectly flat. So what I want to do now is season it. The cool part is, first I'm going to step over here and wash my hands. When you're handling chicken, you want to make sure you really, really wash your hands well in between these steps. Especially when you're grabbing, I'm getting ready to grab some olive oil and some spices and herbs. You really want to make sure that you clean your hands off really, really well when you're handling any kind of poultry. Really when you're handling any kind of meat, but any kind of poultry. So, step one, I'm going to take some olive oil and I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on this underside, so to speak. Now here's my tip. I like to use a layer of chicken base. I found this in the soup aisle, top shelf, next to the bouillon cubes. It's kind of like a mealy, it's like grind up bouillon cubes. And I'm going to sprinkle this on, and then I'm going to kind of rub it in on this side. Chicken base is chicken flavor. It's just adding a layer of flavor. And how many times can we talk about that? Layers of flavor. It provides kind of turns into a paste. So I'm rubbing it all in, making sure it gets on all the interior. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to flip that sucker over. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get my olive oil bottle nice and dirty here. I'll have to clean that off. I'm going to rub the olive oil in and grab a fingerful. That's probably, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a cup of chicken base. And I'm just going to start rubbing it in. Oh, let's give that little bird a massage here. So I want to make sure I get the legs and the wings and the thighs and the breast. I want to make sure I get all parts of that chicken with that chicken base. Layers of flavor. And it is awesome flavor. It is going to take you to a place that we like to call Awesomeville here on Cooking with the Wolf Pack. And it is just going to take your chicken to a whole nother level. All right, wash my hands again, because I got nothing but chicken base, paste, olive oil, chickenness on them right now. Wash those off. I feel like a surgeon, right? Going into Dr. Bolton, surgery stat. Dr. Bolton, surgery stat. All right, so. And now I'm going to just take a simple dry rub. I made this dry rub. I use it for chicken. I call it my Simon and Garfunkel rub because it has parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme in it, as well as some other ingredients: paprika, pepper, garlic salt, onion powder, chili powder, cayenne pepper. I'll give you the recipe at some point. But you just want to take this rub and you want to do just like you would a normal piece of meat. And you want to sprinkle it on top. I'm getting a pretty good coating here. I want to make sure every part of that chicken is going to get a nice dose of this chicken rub. It's got a little, it's a savory rub. It's not a sweet rub. It's not like a barbecue dry rub. Again, with the parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, it adds a lot of herbaceousness to it. So I want to lift my little wing here. Make sure I get a lot on the breast and underneath the wing and on the edge of the thigh there. Then I'm going to turn this little sucker over. And I'm going to do the same thing on the underside. That's the cool part about spatchcocking, right? Because you are getting seasoning where you wouldn't normally get seasoning. Yeah, you can try and throw some celery or onions or butter or something underneath, inside of the chicken cavity itself. But by spatchcocking it, you are opening that sucker up to get flavor on both sides. It's that simple. Our spatchcock chicken is ready to go onto the smoker. I'm putting it on at 325. We're going to check temperature after about 40 minutes to see where we're at. We want to get it up to 165. Once we get close to that point, we'll come back on and you're going to see one of the most delicious looking chickens you've ever seen in your life. Now let's take a look at this chicken. It was on the smoker for about 90 minutes. I checked it after about 45. It was right where I wanted it to be, about 110. Then it just kept going up. I pulled it at 166, let it sit here and rest to collect all those juices back up. Let's do the unveiling. So there is our spatchcock chicken. That is phenomenal. I put it on a little rack here so it's easy to move around. Let's get a close-up of that chicken. So you can see that it absolutely looks phenomenal. That chicken, it's got so much flavor on it. You can see the herbs on it. It's juicy even from the outside. Cannot wait to dig into this. That bird is so darn juicy. I'm gonna cut a piece here, right off the breast. Slice is easy. It's just that you can, the juice, you can just see the juice collecting. Again, spatchcocking is a nice way to cook it because it allows flavor from the bottom and the top. Flatten that out, it evenly cooks. Let's take a bite. It just melts in your mouth. So I like the Simon and Garfunkel approach, parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, because those aromatics really penetrate the meat of the chicken. And then there's a little bit of backdoor heat where I put the cayenne in there. But again, this cooks all the way through so evenly. Look at the bottom there. You can't get that from a regular cooked chicken. I've got flavor on all sides of this thing, and I cannot wait to break this up. You know, this is perfect for a family because, you know, you got little Bobby who likes the breast, and then little Susie likes the drumstick, and Dad likes the wings, and it's the whole thing. And I paid $5 for this chicken. So I hope you like this episode of Cooking with the Wolfpack Spatchcock Chicken. It's just fun to say, folks. Spatchcock chicken, spatchcock chicken, spatchcock chicken. So this weekend, head to your grocery store, grab a chicken, spatchcock that sucker, put it on the smoker, put it on the grill. Either way, enjoy. See you next time. John Bolton signing off on Cooking with the Wolfpack.